You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song, gonna break the song. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready in the one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation Collecting. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. Going on, everybody. Welcome to the PlayStation Collectors Podcast. My name is Joe Red. This is season 4, episode 26. And if you're sitting there going, wait a minute, 26, what the hell? I thought we were in like 34 or 5 minutes. It's a long story, but episode 26, we canceled like the last minute, and then I just like forgot and skipped it. And like for like the last like 15 episodes, Figsy's been bothering me about it. So this is episode 26. It is. We're time traveling. We're going back in time. We're just going to say that it was an artistic choice, and we're going to go with that. It's not that I can't keep track of numbers. It's art. Feeling? Yeah.
I feel you, man.
All right, cool. So speaking of Figsy, he's not here at the moment. He said he might join us a little bit later this evening. I'm pretty sure he's like balls deep addicted to Returnal, and he's sitting there like cracking out, and he'll probably be like, one more run. So maybe we'll see him. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But we do have Mr. Radical Reggie joining us this evening. What's going on, brother?
That's right, man. I am pumped up, man. We finally got Carlos on the show. We've been wanting you on here for a while, man. I know you've been busy, man, but just really happy to have you here. And
Thank you,
excited.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, excited just to talk to you about your business, man, your passion for games, man. It's just, I'm pumped up. So, yeah, ready to go. So, first thing I wanted to ask you, Carlos, is what got
Wait.
you...
We got to get more pumped up. We got an intro for this.
Wow.
We got to
that's right. That's right. I forgot.
Let's go. Come on. That was impressive.
Brother,
Nice.
you
I like that one.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's gonna be my intro for the YouTube. I'm gonna start to do some videos pretty soon.
Right on, man. Pumped up, man. I can't wait. So, I did want to ask you, man, what got you into video games? Like, where was your start at?
Man. I have to go back line. I think it was my cousin back in the days. I think it was around in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
When I went visit my parents, and he had a Super Nintendo. And when I went to his room, that he was playing Super Mario, and I sit with him and I started to play, and that's what got me into games right there. And then I asked my mom, can I get a Super Nintendo? Can I get a Super Nintendo? I was asking my mom all the time, and I think she sold a bicycle to get me the Super Nintendo.
Really?
And yeah, bro. Yeah, and she did everything to get me the game. And yeah, that was my first console, Super Nintendo, playing Super Mario. And yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I remember for me personally, my first like forte into like the video games was the Nintendo Entertainment System. My mom surprised me with it back in like when it came, like kind of when it came out, but it was a total surprise. I didn't expect her to buy me that, but when I asked her years later, she told me she bought it for me because she remembered like all the other kids like had it and she thought I would like it. So it was so totally random that I got a Super Nintendo. Nintendo for Christmas. I was like, yeah, she was right. So I'm glad she did that, man. So cool. So what kind of games do you like, Carlos? Like what mostly like do you like playing?
I like more like third person games.
Okay.
Resident Evil stuff. I like shoot 'em ups. I mean, I basically like everything. RPGs. I play everything, bro. It's not like a game that I really like. For me, I think I like to play everything on game.
Good stuff, man. I mean, even
Yeah.
strategy RPG.
Yeah, that's maybe strategy RPG. It's not my thing, but I like action. I like action RPG. Action
Why is everybody
RPG.
hating on strategy RPGs? What's going
I
on?
think I don't have the patience. I think just for that. Yeah, but
Well, they can be rough when like you play for like a fight for an hour and you lose. Yeah, that can be kind of
God,
can be
horrible.
frustrating. Or the ones that have
Yeah.
permadeath. I don't know. I can't handle that. So.
No way, dude. Yeah, your character dies forever. Oh my God, no. You know, a
I can-
game that was like that. What a lot of people don't realize was Suikoden, even though it was like that was more of a turn-based RPG.
Mhm.
But if your character died in a big battle, I mean, that would mess up the whole ending for the game. So, yeah,
Mhm.
terrible.
Well, they'll
But,
find out soon, right? Because they're remaking both of them, right?
Yeah, so those games actually come out next month, early next month. You get the Suikoden 1 and 2 for PS5 and a Switch, and the PS4 version was canceled, unfortunately. But maybe they will make it available digital.
Oh, did they
but,
cancel it?
Yeah, man. Well, maybe not. I think so, dude. They're trying to skip over PS4 because what I heard from a lot of developers is that the reason why they're skipping over PS4 because the PS4 sales are not happening anymore like they used to. Everybody's getting the PS5 version over the PS4 one. And I like having that backwards compatibility. I can play on the PS4 and PS5. That's why I was going for the PS4 version. But they're taking away that option from us, which is unfortunate, you know, especially when it comes to physicals. So it kind of sucks. But those are definitely games that I think a lot of people will enjoy if they get to try them out. If you have not played the Suikoden series, at least the first two, they are really good games. And the first game is actually like a 10-hour game. So
It's short, yeah.
it's a good RPG to get into, get out of. Oh, okay, that was good. So, and then the next game picks up on it. You know, about a 30, maybe 40-hour game, depending. So, very good series, very good series. So, Carlos, what games, when you have time, are you playing currently?
Now I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for a year maybe.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm playing right now. I'm gonna try to beat the game, and then my next one, I don't know. I'm trying to play some PlayStation 3 games that I never played, like The Last of Us. I think that will be my next game.
Okay. The Last of Us.
I never had the opportunity to play The Last of Us on PS3, so I'm just gonna try it. And I heard a lot of good things about it, so let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I remember playing that game back on the PS3, and I loved it. They made a PS4 version of it. Now there's a PS5 version. I mean, the PS3 version still looks good. And, a lot of people don't realize it. I'm like, dude.
So what I'm hoping happens is they make the remake version and you can release it.
That'd be nice, man.
PS1, Last of Us. Let's go.
Have you make a physical of that?
Dude, I'd be so down. That's the first version I'd play.
So did you, oh, go ahead.
What's up, Marcus?
I really like the remakes on the PS3. They are good remakes,
Yeah, they do a really good job on them, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I'm
stuck on those graphics. I don't know why. I love the Xbox and the PS3 graphics. I don't even have a PS4 yet, but I just want to enjoy those graphics that I really like, and then maybe go to the next generation. I don't know. Next year maybe, because I got a lot of games to play.
Dude, it's nice to appreciate that generation. I'm not gonna lie, the 7th generation was really on point, dude. Like, I think that was the last innovative generation of games where you got to see a lot of IPs being made where people weren't really afraid to take risks with certain games. That's why there's so much stuff on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Those systems, man, are so freaking cool.
And it's incredible. Like some games look really good, even competing with PS4. You can even the quality of the graphics and stuff. You still compete with the PlayStation 4.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. Like it's shocking. The cell processor for the PS3 was, then that's what it was, right? Like, that thing was pretty powerful, even though it was really complicated to make games for.
Yeah.
But and then the 360, man. A great system. Easy system to develop for. A lot of games on the 360 versus the PS3, up until the middle part of the battle between them, I would say it was like
Yeah.
night and day. And an example of that is Bayonetta on the
Yep.
360 and PS3. It's like night and day. I'm like, oh my god, I got the PS3 version because I saw like all I had at the time. And then when I finally played the 360 version, I was like, oh my god, dude, like how could this happen? Like, what is this? It was terrible. But but 360 really stepped it up, man, from Xbox, from regular Xbox. It really impressed me. The online community for that system, and just certain games, man, just amazing. And going into this, man, I wanted to ask you because I know you're a big Xbox collector. For people to know, the Platinum Hits collections, which are like pretty much the Xbox version of Greatest Hits from PS2, those things are like up there in price, man. Like they are very valuable and collectible. And I wanted to ask you, what made you target those?
I started my Platinum Hits collection like before COVID. I had like half of the collection. I think probably like 50 or 60 games.
Right.
And then like 4 months ago, I was like, I'm gonna try to complete the collection. And just like a couple weeks ago, I found my last game to complete. It was so hard to find games. Some games are very rare and hard to find. Some are very expensive. But I mean, it's not really complete. I'm still missing 2 games, 2 variants that are very hard to find. Some collectors have the games, but they don't let it go. They are keeping the games.
They want to keep them. Yeah, they're holding on to them, man.
I put some games on the side to show. Let me see if I got it here for the Platinum Hits. That some rare games.
Right, man. Because I was like, dude, I was just so shocked. What do you got there? NBA Ballers.
Oh, nice.
Right on.
This one is like you can even find on eBay right now. You don't see this game on eBay. If you find it, if you see on eBay, it'll be like $700, $500, $800, $900.
And that's
really
sealed?
Yeah.
Wow,
dude.
And the other one is this one.
A game you wouldn't expect to be like
SpongeBob.
up there.
Lights game. What does it say? Lights gamers pants.
Light camera pants. Yeah, light camera pants.
Okay.
This one is hard to find even on eBay. Everywhere you can go online and Google it. Nobody has it, and I was lucky enough to find. I got 2 copies of this, and I got 2 copies of Ballers. But I had one this one I had from back then. I had a copy, and then I got another one now. And same thing for Ballers. I had one, and I got one.
That
now.
Ballers cover really complements the Platinum Hits case from the way that the lettering it looks, the font. So that's very. I like how that really looks on there. What's funny is that I actually completed my NBA Ballers collection, so I have all of them except the Xbox version, of course.
I want to show you guys some variants for Platinum Hits. This is this one I had to buy graded because you see there's here on the side here. There's a Platinum Hits sticker on it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is one of the variants. It says now available on Platinum Hits. This took me months to find this game, and I finally found it, but it was graded, so I bought it anyway, just to have it on my collection because I was looking for this game.
Yeah, you wanted to kind of knock it out.
And the other one
like,
is
are the Platinum Hits like more expensive than the regular Black Label versions?
Yeah. Well, for some games,
I mean, you can buy open games for cheap. You find them for $8.
Sure.
But my problem is I went the hard way. I bought all the games sealed. So 95% of my collection for Platinum Hits is sealed. But of course, Ballers and SpongeBob, it's open. You can't find it. It's impossible to find them sealed. So,
will you ever open them for any reason?
I probably not gonna open because I have them on Black Label, so I can play anytime. It's more like because I'm an artwork guy. I like artwork. I like to look the front of the games, and what the designer think about to do this cover, this white color looks so nice.
It does.
The Platinum Hits for the original Xbox is the most beautiful collection because the color of the case, the artwork.
Right.
And
all I got is that Skilo song stuck in my head now.
You think about Skilo? I wish I was a little bit taller.
A little bit taller. I wish I was taller. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a classic, dude. I mean, it sucks he was a one-hit wonder, but that song was on point, man. So it was kind of funny, Joe. Me and Carlos, we met at a convention recently, or I think it was in November. We went to the Torg show, and we had a table there. And we were hunting for games too. It was really exciting, and I could not believe, man, he found a platinum hits that he was looking for at the show. Because I figured we were gonna find any of that stuff there, but he came to me. He's like towards the end. He's like, "Reggie, look what I found."
And I find one of the rarest games and sealed.
It was sealed too.
Yeah, you can type in on eBay right now. There's no copies for sale. This game, it's let me. What is it? There you go, right here.
You got it. Let's see
I got it.
Brother.
Nice.
Oh wow!
I mean, it's Tony Hawk's. But for some reason, the Project 8, it's hard to come by. You don't find anywhere. And I had an open copy, but I was looking for the sealed one. And I at the Torg, I just was scrolling through some SNES game, and then I saw a box with some Xbox games, and this guy was there sealed. I'm like, I don't believe that. And the price was $25.
Dude, that's sick.
No brainer, man. Like
any sealed game.
People usually you haggle at these shows too, man, but like no reason to haggle it off for that one, man. You're like, yep, I'll take it.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there they don't know what these games, how rare some games are, and they put for sale for very cheap. But the guys, the collectors, they know they're gonna see and they're gonna buy right away, you know.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of funny. The Tony Hawk series, I felt back then, I think they really stopped being popular after Underground. I think that was the last good one. There was Underground Works.
Yeah.
And then after that, they started making like the other ones, like the airboard one or the hoverboard. Not hoverboard. It was the one where you had like a skateboard that you had to move on. So it kind of fell off afterwards. So, but Project 8, I believe that was like one of the last ones. So that's really cool. Yeah, Underground. Everybody loved that game, especially online.
Yeah. Very good game.
A lot of fun.
Well, have you seen the they have the announcement ticker for March 4th? Everyone thinks they're announcing a remaster of 3 and 4 because it's coming out on 3-4.
That's good, man, because after the debacle of Part 5, I remember to kind of like help fix that, they made 1 and 2, which everybody's like, okay, we can kind of forget what happened with Part 5. But yeah, 3 and 4 definitely need to be remade.
3 is my personal favorite. That was peak, in my opinion. And
that was the first one to actually be online, too. A lot of people don't remember.
So I think I dipped out around 4, and I didn't try anything after that. And it's not because I didn't like 5, 6, or 8 or any of those. So I just like moved on. I wasn't playing those games anymore. But yeah, I'm very excited about 3 and 4 getting remastered. That's going to be awesome.
And that's supposed to come out sometime this year, hopefully.
It's supposed to get announced on March 4th, but I have no idea when it's actually going to come out. I would hope it comes out this year because it's just a remaster. I don't think. Why would they announce it if it wasn't almost ready? You know, it's not like.
Did you ever play Thrasher Skate and Destroy?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was the one that was really hardcore, man. I mean, you could break your nose, leg in the game. It was like some terrible stuff, man. But yeah, every time I think of Tony Hawk, I think of Thrasher Skate and Destroy. That was another good one. Had a good soundtrack on it too, like old school rap and everything.
There's two good ones, Skate 2 and Skate 3 on Xbox 360 too. They're very good ones.
That's right. Those another good ones. Yep, those two.
Yeah, my roommate skateboards in real life, and he loved Skate. He thought they were fantastic. So.
Okay, let me show you something then.
I never played skate. And I tried skateboarding in real life, and it did not go well.
There it is. That's the boy. Yeah, man, Carlos, you're on it, man.
That's sick, dude.
I'm an Xbox freak, man.
Yeah, you showed me something really cool a couple of months ago that I did not even know they created, but I tried to get it for PS3 and it was like nowhere. I couldn't find it for a good price. But you had Driver San Francisco Collector's Edition for 360.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
that was the last.
With the car.
Yeah, that was the last good drive. I mean, Driver 3 kind of fell off from what they wanted it to be. So as an apology, they made Driver San Francisco, and that game is like the best Driver game like ever. Dude.
I love that game. I love that game. I have the whole collection for Driver. Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
Definitely, man. A lot of people, if you see Driver San Francisco out there for 360 or a PlayStation 3, definitely pick it up.
The American version is kind of expensive to get. The PAL version is kind of cheap, but the American version is kind of getting up there.
Oh yeah, it's catching on, man. Because
Yeah.
you won't see a game like that being made today because it takes too many risks for a lot of people. So that's why I was talking about earlier how games are more creative back in the 7th generation era.
Hey, I would love to see a new driver on the new consoles, like a new one. You know,
Like, would you if you saw a new one, would you want to see a remake or just a brand new storyline?
I would love to see a remake of the first driver, for sure.
Yeah, just cut out the garage part, man. Because what the hell is a
Yeah.
Salem? Dude, like, I mean, like, you know, like,
They could do
driving-
they could do a remake of the driver 2. That's a good one.
that's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like I remember playing the first driver, man, and getting out of that garage was just so annoying, man. Like, I was,
It's
Dude.
hard. It's hard.
It's
Some
legend.
people they
Yeah.
give up. Some people they give up on that stage. They don't even play the game.
yeah, and that's sad
Yeah.
to hear, man. That should have been optional, you know. But that one maneuver, I think it was called Salem or I can't remember. It started with an S, but I was like, what the hell is that? They didn't even tell you what it was. You just had to pull it off, and somehow, I think I managed to do it, and I got to play the game. I was like, yes, we're in. But yeah, a remake of Driver would be nice, man, because Tanner and it was Tanner and Tobias, I think his name was, from Driver 2. They were a good team, so definitely like to see that.
Yep.
We got one up Phil in the house. How you doing, Phil?
What up, Bill?
I saw
So we got
Oh,
Marcus
really?
in there. We got a whole bunch of people in there, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody's here, man. How many people are in here now?
60 to 70 popping in and out.
Oh, right on. Especially during UFC. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking
Who
about.
else was here? Tech Buzz was here. What's up, Tech Buzz? Gordo's here. I mean, a lot of goodies. Axiom.
Oh yeah, I met
Cool.
Buzz. I met Buzz at the convention too. He's a nice guy.
Right on, man. So I wanted to ask you too, man. So what got you into Project Retro Games? Like what made you like kind of want to do that, you know, like kind of bring translations to be in a physical format for people?
I mean, I'm from Brazil. My nationality is Brazilian, and Brazil, if you guys don't know, Brazil it's a big country on reproduction because of the prices of the games that are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of reproductions like that. So everything started back then was when I was a teenager, and the games that we bought back then was reproductions to play on our consoles.
Right.
But I always like to make it nice for me. I don't like those CDs that comes on a plastic and on a piece of paper just showing what it is. I always like to make a nice manual in case. So everything started back then, but everything actually picked up on COVID time when I have nothing to do and I want to bump my game collection, and a lot of new translations are coming out because of the COVID. People like the hackers are staying home, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
so a lot of translations came out.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh man, that translation came out. I just want to make a copy for me. So, but I'm like, how I'm gonna make it? I want to make a nice manuals, you know, nice inserts. So I reach out to my guys in Brazil, to some friends, and I say, hey, you guys can help me to do some reports for me? And they're like, yeah, we can help you out. So I send them the game that I want to make, and I met this guy. His name is Thiago. He's a good designer, and he made the design for me for that time was Police Nauts.
Mm-hmm.
So he made a beautiful design for me for the CD and everything, and he sent me everything in the mail. And that's what I was doing. I was sending him some games that I want to make, and he was sending it back to me. And I think I reached out to you, right? And hey, Reggie, what do you think about those games? And that's how everything started, you know. And then
I mean, you really put out some authentic stuff, man. I want to show some stuff here on the camera here. So one of the things here, you did a Clock Tower collection here.
Clock Tower collection, yeah.
So authentic, man. Like really well done. Now the one go ahead.
I always wanted to play that game, and finally the translation came out, and I'm like, oh man, that's gonna look nice on my collection. But I'm like, maybe I'll just put it together with the other Clock Towers, you know, Clock Towers Ghost Head and Clock Towers 2, and it came out pretty nice, and I really love those games. A pretty good game.
Yeah, man. Clock Tower 2, which is actually Ghost Head in America, the side game. That game is super expensive and everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Some people don't like the point to click games, but I love the point to click games. I like it. I don't know why, but like Police Knots and you know, Snatcher and Clock Tower. I love those point click games.
Yeah, because you know they're simple to play. You know what I mean? A little bit of puzzle solving, mystery, you know, and all that good stuff. So definitely point and clicks are. I'm glad we have classics like these games here, and there's some still being made today. but most of them are like PC releases and things like that. But definitely, Clock Tower is one of the pinnacle for me when it comes to good like point and click type games, because I love the survival horror part. You know what I mean? So the thing about Clock Tower is not being able to fight back. You have to run and hide. And not only in this game is that you have to, like, the killer can randomly come at you anytime. So think about like how in Resident Evil remake, how Mr. X would kind of like stalk you and walk around. You would have random events like that in Clock Tower. Like, you're standing around too long. Here comes the killer. Like, it was terrifying. So definitely a good one for people to check out. So another one I want to show here too, that I don't know if this is out yet, but a lot of people have been asking about it since the Metal Jesus video, and that is Rogue Dawn Metroid, which is really impressive looking.
Now this is the artwork for Metroid we deserved.
Yes, 100%. This is an unofficial prequel.
Basically, I made 4 prototypes, and that was one of them, and I sent it to you just to see if you approve. So it looks like everybody loved it. So I'm just gonna probably
the test audiences overwhelmingly chose this design.
Yeah, dude, I got hit up in email like, Reggie, where is this game at? And I was like, oh man, it's gonna come out pretty soon. They said I want it now. It was hilarious, the emails I was getting. So I was sending them right to you, Carlos. But
so usually what I'm gonna do is I was doing like copies of games, like 100 copies or 50. So now I do pre-order because I know how many people want it. 20 people bought it, so I just spend my time to making those 20s. I don't need to have games sitting on the shelf. So I'm probably gonna open pre-orders for this game pretty soon and see how many people are really interested in, and see how it goes. And I got 3 more prototypes that are gonna come up.
Will your NES cartridges burn out your NES like the limited run games ones, or are you making sure that
you heard about that, Carlos? That was a crazy story.
Yeah, those are special cartridges. Those are really made. I mean, everything that I make, not just for NES, for SNS, PlayStation, everything is tested and being tested and make sure everything doesn't burn out your laser, doesn't burn out your console. Everything is nice and.
I wouldn't think it really does. I'm just picking on limited run games.
Because the guys that I'm partnering with they help me to do the PCBs and stuff. Those guys are making reproduction for 30, 25 years.
Right.
So I'm good. I'm trying to get the quality stuff, good quality stuff, not get like some Chinese
knockoff
stuff from China. You know what I mean? So this is one of the prototypes that came in, and I'm gonna probably send it to you.
Oh, plus, man, that's the one that comes with the 3 save slots in the map, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on there?
So that is that's Metroid.
Can you show that again? I'm sorry.
It has the same features of the 3 slots and a real-time map access.
Yeah, so it's an upgraded version of Metroid we got for NES, just way more playable because you have that map, you can look at things, and you have the 3 save slots. You don't have to save, like, it's perfect like that. So yeah, very, very cool. One game that people still ask about today, though, because you sold out of this pretty fast. And this is me kind of like seeing if you'll make any more, but people really want that Samurai Shodown RPG to come back for Neo Geo. That one was such a blessing that we got that in English finally. And I think you made 50 copies of that thing, and it probably sold out within a week.
Yeah, I made 40 copies of it, and I'm gonna get another 40, and that's it. That's the last.
Oh, so you're gonna do another? Okay, cool. Well, people will be happy to hear this. You're gonna do another run of it, so because people still be asking about it. I'm like, I don't know. So on, man.
I was talking to my partner in Brazil and see, hey, can we try to make another 40 because the people really loved it, and he's like, yeah, we can try to do it, and let's do it. That's it.
Was this exclusive to Neo Geo? Did it come out on Saturn or anything else, or was it?
It's on PS1 also.
Ooh, we should do that version.
I tried to check it out, the translation for that. It would be nice if somebody really focus on that translation for PS1, but it's not going to be an easy translation. It's kind of hard. It's very hard translation to do it.
Well, RPG, I'm assuming has just a lot.
It's not just because of the text. If you was only change the text on the binary code, that would be easy. But it's more complex than that.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
That is
And
a
I-
cool one, though, for sure.
It is, and I think the PS1 version is like expanded story. Like it goes off of some other characters, I believe, and then like I think it's based off Samurai Shodown 3 and 4, but I could totally be
Believe
wrong
me.
about that.
Believe me, bro, I already imagine like a long box version with a nice manual and map and everything, but maybe one day, let's see.
Yeah, man, you're always thinking ahead, so right on. Appreciate you. But yeah, so some other games here too that I was really impressed with. That I was surprised about this one. You did a version of NBA Jam, 2K22,
2K22 edition. I
which
remember
everybody
that.
loves, man. So when you
Mhm.
put this physical together, dude, I was like, oh my god, dude! Like the upgrade for it was just really impressive. Like everybody
Yeah.
just went crazy for it. You know, like an upgraded version of NBA Jam. Like we've been waiting for that since the last NBA Jam came out, which was actually on PS3. Forgot
It's very arcadey. It's very arcade game. It has all the games from 2022. So
Mhm.
all the players from 2022.
Yeah, it's like all it's
And
updated, you know. So
and the actors is so funny. There's other voices they change a little bit. They put a lot of funny things on it.
yeah,
and
they
we
kind
laugh
of
a lot.
matched it up. They
Yeah.
did, man. So definitely a good
That's
one to
cool.
have. You know, if people want to check that
You could
one
do
out.
you could do one of those every couple of years as long as people keep making the versions, man. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
100%. But another one that I wasn't impressed at first with it because you told me it was coming out. But once I got to play, I was like, man, this is actually pretty good. And this is Smurfs for
Smurfs.
for Sega CD and Genesis. Now, this collector's edition you have here was cool because it came with a Genesis version and a Sega CD version, which is part 1 and 2.
The thing about Smurfs that people don't know, this is a PAL-only game, and this game was we call transcodificated for NTSC now. So now you can play on any NTSC American console.
Mm-hmm. So
And this game on Mega CD and PAL version is very expensive.
Wow, dude. I think I looked it up too, man. It was like close to like maybe
It's like
I don't want to say
it's like $800, $1,000 game.
yeah. Wow. For a Smurfs game too. Woo. Wow. Smurftacular. But another game here. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Good old Resident Evil 0. Long box.
Resident Evil
Look at
0,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. This just let everybody know this version right here takes place the train scenario. And it is very well done. Like this, it just looks like how Resident Evil 0 would have been if it actually came out for PS1 and possibly the 64. It was really impressive.
We are actually trying to work on the part 2 for this game, probably coming soon.
Wow, dude! So you guys get
Zero,
part 2,
like 0 part 2.
Yeah, that will be the mansion part. Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, like I just love games like this, and like third person, like tank controls. I mean, I came up with this stuff, so that's why I have such a love for it. I mean, it's modern folks today when it comes to tank controls, they're like, I don't know, but you know, this is this old school way it was because what made these games really like popular is that you weren't able to move properly, so that was kind of like another scary element too, because your character moved robotic or whatever like that, but still, you know, just very well done, you know.
I mean, Resident Evil 1.5, those are very good games from back. I really love what they did with 1.5 with all the updates and how it looks now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like a collection of the Resident Evil, right? Didn't you have like a specific one of like 3 games?
I made a collection: Resident Evil 1.5, Resident Evil Anonymous Survivor, Resident Evil Director's Cut, and then has Resident Evil 1 and 2 together to make a full collection that I made for my audience. It's selling pretty good. People really like that game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you have the D-Make one. It looks like too.
I made a D-Make one. Yeah, there's a D-Make, Resident Evil 0 D-Make, Outbreak D-Make, and the other one is Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries.
You know what else is really cool?
What's
Mr.
that?
Figsy. What's up, brother?
Figsy's here. Oh my God.
Hey, what's up?
Carlos is Figsy Carlos, Project Retro Games.
Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
you
having
too.
me.
Just talking about some of his collections. So the website's projectretrogames.com if you guys want to check it out. And these are the 2 collections. So
I have some people, most of the games need a modded console, so I also offer some modded PS2s and modded PS1s on there.
Right.
There's the other collection too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need a modded console for sure, and then that's one of the things that I was talking to Reggie about before the show is that, like, I just ordered the PlayStation FPGA console that's coming out, and I'm pretty sure since that's FPGA, then that should play modded games, region free. It should do the whole thing, just like the
Polymega.
what's the Polymega, like, does that too?
Yeah, I got the Polymega. Yeah, it plays mostly of the games that I have.
Cool.
So you either need like a modded console if you want original hardware, or you can check out some of the new FPGA options to play these games if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
that's what I'll be doing.
I don't think. I mean, a lot of people get like nervous when you say a modded system because they think it's a lot of work for it. Like it seems like some of that information is lost over time. But like modding your PS1 system, from what I remember, was pretty easy. Whether you do it via chip or
it's only 5 wires, very easy.
Yeah. There's videos about it too, I think. So
only the PS2. PS2 it takes like easily 3 hours to mod it.
Very, very complicated. 'Cause I remember Sony was so mad about the PS1 being modded that they really like made the PS2 like difficult to mod.
You want to see some nice artwork for PS2s? I can show you guys too.
Yeah, let's check it out. But yeah, PS2, ooh, man, modding that system back in the day with that disk swap thing, that was so annoying. I was like, no way, dude. Like, there's got to be some kind of chip that can just put the game in, plays perfectly.
I think this one everybody knows already, right?
Oh yeah, that was one of the first ones, man. Tales of Destiny.
Yeah, I got those are sold already. This is the ones I'm gonna send to sub customers. But this looks pretty nice.
Hell yeah,
dude.
This one is the one that I have the video hand painting for Rules of Rose.
Yes, Rule of Rose, man. Oh my God, the box for that, folks.
This is just the case. I still have to put it together. And there's a new one coming that I'm working on it that I think that deserves a console.
Oh wow.
Dude.
And what else I got? I got another one. I forgot to show you guys. Let's see.
Nah, man, I don't think there's gonna be a bunch of people want a Silent Hill 2 PS2. Yeah, what? That thing's sick. Oh, come on.
Hunting Ground, yes, that's the one, dude. Oh my God, yes.
That thing's sick, dude.
Yeah.
So what a lot of people don't know about you, Carlos, you man, like your old job was like you painted stuff, right?
I used to work for Harley Davidson. I worked for probably 9 years, almost 9 years for Harley, and I used to custom paint bikes, and that's why I do mod console, because I have background for electrician and electronic stuff. So that helped me a lot.
Right on, man.
The artwork is on point. Looks really good, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. So the games for those Hunting Ground, Silent Hill, and Rules of Rose, I'm not doing press CDs. I'm doing burned games because I want to show the power of the console.
Right.
And so people can see how it plays anything. PS1, PS2s, backups, PAL versions, the Japanese version, anything.
How does it go with playing DVDs and like DVDs from different regions?
Sorry?
How does it go with playing DVDs and DVDs from other regions?
Like it's a region-free DVD
like
player
movies
as well,
from other regions?
Oh yeah, it plays any DVD, any movie for any region, yeah.
And even a test system won't do that. At least the ones that I have, like the test system PS2, it's strictly games. Like you can't watch no DVDs on it. I'm like, what? Man, why did they get this out?
Yeah, you go to test mode. You gotta press 2 buttons and turn on the the console, and it goes to test mode. And then you can change the regions for the DVD if you want to watch a DVD from outer countries that are region 4, region 8, region 2, region 6, or whatever. You can change it.
Right.
That's really cool.
And my PAL games for PS1, you can play all the PAL games you have in your collection on this console also.
Perfect, dude. That's what we wanted, man. Like a region-free system is freaking amazing. When I was kind of first introduced to it back in like the mid 2010s, it just really like blew me away, dude. It just opened up a whole new world of games for me. And luckily, I was able to collect a lot of them from back then.
That was one thing I was actually concerned about is like I was thinking about getting some, imports because I'm getting that FPGA system too, and I was like, should I get the PAL games because of the 50 hertz thing? Well, like, will that even work on my TV? Will it be all messed up? I'm wondering if like I should skip those and just get the Japanese versions, even if it doesn't have English. At least I know it would play correctly, So I'm like, I don't know.
Some of those games have an option to choose between 60, but you just never know which one unless you look at a list and everything. So it was really complicated dealing with PAL games for the PS2 because I remember when I first got a PAL PS2, it was the fat one. You had to have a converter to power it on properly.
Yeah, because they had 240 or whatever.
Dude, I didn't even know that. I was so flustered because I was so happy. I was excited I was going to play Forbidden Siren Part 2, which is a Siren game. Didn't come to America, but I had the English version. And then I didn't even know how to there was no information for me to access at the time to learn how to do it properly. So I ended up giving up that PAL PS2. And not years later, I think we got a test system, but I would have held on to it if I knew better, But I just remember how sad I was. I still wasn't able to play the game. Dude. Like, how hard does this have to be?
What do I have to do,
dude? I was so mad, dude. I remember I was so mad for a couple days, but luckily over time I finally got to play the game and beat it. So yeah, Forbidden Siren 2, a PAL exclusive for English. You can buy the Japanese version. We know Japanese, but the PAL version is totally in English, and it's the best Siren game ever. Just for people to know if you like survival horror games. So.
Yeah, what people don't know, those consoles that I mod, they are Japanese. I buy them from Japan. So I need to mod them to play NTSC PAL games and Japanese games. So those color consoles are only Japan,
Yeah.
Would you be able to do it if you had North American or PAL consoles?
Sorry?
Would you still be able to do it if the consoles you had were North American or PAL to begin with?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it I think the Japanese version is just probably cheaper, right?
Because the white PS2 is only in Japan.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
And the pink one that I sell to and the blue one, that's the translucent black one. I think it's only Japan if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Japanese consoles, for some reason, the 55,000 ones are the easy ones to mod. The points are easy to solder.
Okay.
And also they have the colors, so that helps too. The nice colors.
Yeah, definitely. A game I want to ask you about too, because you put out the movie version of Terminator on the Sega CD, and
nice.
Yeah, well, this is actually Demolition Man. Sorry, but this game right here, I think it has the movie soundtrack, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, they changed the soundtrack from the game and they put the movie soundtrack on the game.
Right. So definitely a cool. That cover that you made for it is on point. You know what I mean? So definitely something impressive.
It's a very good game, man. For some reason I think I sold very little, like maybe 10 copies only. It doesn't sell that much. Because I'm doing by request. I'm not making anything until I have the people requesting for like a pre-order, because
I'm surprised this didn't sell better. This is a good one.
It's a very good game, yeah.
Yeah, this and the Terminator ones are top tier Sega CD in my opinion.
Yeah, and it got the series that got a big push at the time because this came out a little bit after the movie and or maybe before, I can't remember, but I remember Taco Bell was promoting it really hard back in the day, and I just think it was like when it came to Sega CD, a lot of people just didn't have it because it was really expensive, and that's probably what it was when it came to the Demolition Man.
I agree.
This one in Terminator doesn't play on the Polymega for some reason. I don't know why. Only on original hardware. Yeah, only on original hardware.
Another one I wanted to ask you about is this Lunar here. So a lot of people don't know this, but Lunar, when it came to working designs in America, was hacked up by our good friends, and they made the game harder than it should have been. So the balancing on the American version that we got here is pretty off. But this version right here that you put together, this is the Japanese version in English without any of the messed up difficulty and stuff they changed. So
yeah, they take off the censorship. It wasn't censored game too.
Right. So some cutscenes were censored and all that stuff.
Yeah. Very good game. I love that game. Yeah.
What was censored? Lunar? Curious.
I think on the beginning of the game, Lunar comes up naked or something like that, and it was cut off of.
Yeah, Lucia in the second game comes like she's walking naked because she's going to the altar and everything. And they cut that out.
Yeah.
And there's a bath scene in it too that they cut out. It's nothing they needed to cut up, but they just didn't want. They wanted to play it safe because this game was coming out during the time when George, I think his name was Joe Lieberman. He was all about the rating on the games and trying to like say games are horrible and make people do weird stuff like the whole thing with Night Trap. They were really pushing that back in the day, so they had to be very careful with the rating system because they got really strict. So they didn't want. I'm guessing working designers didn't want to take a risk or whatever like that. But even so,
you're saying is Goonergate started in the 90s? Is really what you're saying?
Pretty much, right?
Where it all began. I remember that. I remember Tipper Gore, and I remember the lyrics, parental advisory lyrics were going on music, and everybody was freaking out about everything. And
yeah, saying people weren't capable of their own actions. They were just trying to blame like this type of video games, music for people's actions. Like, get out of here with that crap, man.
I know. And what's funny is like this was like controversial, and now we have like the Terrifier movies. You ever seen them? Like it's like the stuff. Yeah, the stuff comes out now. Like
seriously, make sure you don't eat before you watch those movies because you're. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like what was controversial back then is so very tame in today's standards.
So another game too I want to ask you about because this was really cool to find out is that Cotton Part 2, which is a game I used to own the original one on Sega Saturn back in the day, but it finally got an English translation. And if you're not familiar with the Cotton games, they're cute 'em ups that have funny dialogue, like funny story. Like it's hilarious if you get to read the dialogue. So this is the first time I actually got to read the dialogue in this game, which I thought was awesome. And you made this into a physical. I was like, perfect.
The poster on that thing is huge.
It is, dude. It really is.
It's an expensive game too if you get the Japanese version.
Yeah, so I actually like this one over Cotton Boomerang. I mean, I know Cotton Boomerang changed things up, but I just prefer Cotton 2 over it. And beautiful pixelated game you can see here, guys. The sprite work they did on this game is fantastic, and it really shows you what the Saturn could really do. The Saturn just like when it came to 2D games, like the Saturn was king, you know. But yeah, I'm just happy to have this in English because the like I said, the dialogue is hilarious in these games. And people like, I know a lot of people don't like really care about dialogue and shoot 'em ups, but if you want a quick laugh, man, like definitely read Cotton's dialogue because this is too funny.
He's very funny, yeah.
So, I think I said last show, like I don't give a crap about story and I don't give a crap about dialogue, but I have to contradict myself this week because you know what I played finally, Reggie?
What's that?
Rogue Flight. I played that today, and I loved the story, dude. And I was like, I can't believe how much I'm enjoying the story in this game, and it's just like a little spaceship shooter. So I completely contradicted myself. I had like went through and I played all 3 variants, all 3 endings, the whole thing. Dude, it's so good.
Brother, Rogue Flight is I'm going to show some footage of it too, man. But Rogue Flight just really took me away. And
dude,
hopefully Carlos,
the 90s anime aesthetic to the whole thing is so good.
Like some games, the history of the game that puts you into the game, you know, like to know what's gonna happen next, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, funny thing about this game, Carlos, is that the guy who created it, he took inspiration from Afterburner and Star Fox. So if you like either one of those games, you know,
I love those games. Yeah,
do amazing in this game. But the story he put together, man, like with this game, good. I mean, I give you guys I mean, there's nothing wrong with it giving a hint, but it has to do with singularity. And it's just really how things come together with this game if you complete it all the way. And it's just amazing. And one other thing he did with this game was he added a retro mode to it. So there's a mode that you can unlock that makes the game look really retro in the music and everything. And usually with that kind of stuff, like those kind of unlockables, that's like usually DLC today in this day and age. And he said, man, I didn't want to do any DLC because like when games are region locked or at DLC is region locked. So he didn't want to have DLC. He wanted everything in the game as it's available. And that's why he didn't want to do DLC. But today people would have made it DLC, like that retro mode that he put into the game.
Dude, the controls are so fun. I love the like the strafing thing you can do. It slows down time and you smash through everything that's trying to like sneak by you. It's really addicting. The movement controls are really cool in this game. It's super fun.
Also on Switch now?
It is also on Switch. That's what I'm saying, man. You get a Switch, they'll get you a copy of it.
Yeah.
Because
this got a Switch release too?
Yeah. I was playing it. I was actually playing it in bed the other
shit.
day.
No, I'll
Like,
probably
yeah.
go buy that too. I didn't know. I only have the PS5 version.
Yeah, it's all over. I mean, I wanted the PS5 version because we want that physical, especially because of the manual and the extras. I mean, you just
Yeah,
got to
it's nice.
celebrate a game like this being made. And Figsy, you got to get this. Figsy, you got to get this game too, man. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna get it at some point. It looks good.
yeah, it's just like,
Right.
dude.
I just had to point out that literally, like, I was like eating my own freaking words. Like, I was sitting there playing, and I'm like, oh man, this story is actually really good. And I just said that I don't give a shit about any of this stories when I play games like this. And then one day later, I'm like, damn it, I'm a liar.
I got to give another shout out to Sean Powers for letting me know about this game because I would have found out about it probably pretty late.
He did. He did point this out like immediately. I think I had pre-ordered it though when he told me. Because
Really?
I saw it on Play Asia. But yeah, I hadn't played it or anything. But he was like, you got to get it. I'm like, dude, I'm waiting. It took forever to show up, if you remember.
But yeah, another cool one for you to keep your eye out on, Carlos. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll like that one.
Sorry.
I got to get my Switch, man.
You got to get your Switch soon here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Let me see here. There's another game I wanted to ask you about too here that you put out. Okay, of course. You got the Police Knot. So you said this was one of your more popular ones that you made a physical?
Yes, Police Knots was definitely one of my big sellers because, I mean, it's like you said, the history of the game. It's a beautiful history of the. The guy was trapped on space for 25 years, and one day they find the guy, and the guy goes back to Los Angeles in I think it's 2050. I don't know. I don't remember, and his wife comes and asks him to help to find her husband or something like that. It's crazy history, man, but it's beautiful history. I like that game.
Well, the crazy thing is that Hideo Kojima made this game, and like anything that has to do with him, it just is just really sought after, and this is one of his best. And luckily people did a fan translation of it because I think one of his harder games. Well, I know this, but Snatcher is one of his harder games to get like physical for. A lot of people like that game. It didn't sell well, so obviously it's not that many copies out there. But fan translating a lot of his older stuff is great. So I'm glad they did Police Knots. Now I hear that the Sega Saturn version is better, Carlos. That's the best one.
The Sega Saturn is just has a little bit more scenes.
Okay.
It's the best one too. The graphics a little bit better. You can use the gun also if you want to use the gun.
Okay,
But for some reason, I like the PlayStation one more than the Saturn. I don't know why. It's just one CD, second CD, that's it, and you beat the game. And the first time you put the CD on and start to play the game, you get hooked to the game already, and you want to play every day, just see what's coming up. It's a very good game. Cool.
One of my favorite releases that you put out recently, I always forget how to pronounce the game, but Mizuna Falls for PS1.
Mizuna Falls.
Dude.
I think it was one of the first map games, big map games. I think was one of the first ones that came out.
Well, this game's mystery, man. It's like really cool. And this is one I think Human Interactive's last games that they got to put out before they close their doors. Human is the people who made the Clock Tower series. This game I felt would have did really well if it came out back in the day in America, but of course they were going under financial difficulties, so it never came out. But now, I believe over the whole COVID thing, like when everything was shut down, people were finishing these translations, and this being one of them. But I'm so happy you put this as a physical, man, because this is a game I've been wanting to play for a while, and it has multiple endings just to let people know, and the game is time-based. So however long it takes you to find things out, that could affect the ending. So it's a trip, man. But people need to play this game. And
they say it was the first open world game, right? One of the first.
Yeah, like one of the first ones for PS. Yeah, exactly. So just very well put together. It has that Twin Peaks vibe to it, but also that, of course, that mystery. If you ever watch
the mystery of the girl to find the girl, it's
yeah, exactly. So another good one that you put out recently.
Very good game. I always want that game on my collection, and finally got a translation, and I made my best. Not just for me, for people that like the game too.
Oh, exactly, 100%. So, do you still have that in stock?
Mizuna, I think I have a couple, but it's almost going out. Yeah, That was one of the games that I made like 100 copies.
Okay.
I stopped to do that. Now I'm not doing like, oh, I'm gonna make 100. I just make as pre-order. People can pre-order because, like I told you about Aconcagua, I made 100 and I still have like 60 copies like sitting around like for a year and a half.
Yeah, because
Because
it's
people don't know how good
about it.
people don't know how good the game is. It's a very good game, but
Very good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I think when people know and see more about the game, they're gonna get interested in get the game because it's a very good game, Aconcagua. I don't know if I
100%.
have it here.
Do you have it there? Let me see. 'Cause I think I have some footage here that I could pull up of it so people could know. But I'll tell people a little bit about the story with the game. So this game takes place with these people on an airplane. There's an airplane crash, and they're stuck on this mountain. Now you can switch between a couple of characters during that
Yes.
time, but the
Yeah.
whole conspiracy is in that game is that there's someone after those people. They're trying not to let you get off that mountain alive. So it's very similar to a point and click type game, but more of a modern one, at least for the time that this came out. So very well put together.
There is a war going on, and the only way to stop the war is Pachamama. Pachamama is one of the she's like a queen of the country, and she's on the plane, and the plane crashes on the mountain, and
So after
she's
her.
alive with, and she's still alive with like 4 or 5 guys, but the army from the country is trying to kill her, try to get her, but they have to try to keep her alive to stop the war.
Exactly, and everybody has different abilities too, I believe, from what I remember.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
trying to keep
This
everybody
looks
alive.
insane.
Well, here's the thing with the history with this game. This was actually supposed to come out on the PS1 back in the day. They had it ready, and some reason they didn't put it out. You know, so it just was only like locked to Japan. But the game was in English. It just had Japanese subtitles. So the modder fixed all that. You know, and then of course Carlos made it into a physical, but just a lot of people don't know about it. So I'm gonna spread the word about this one because, like I said, man, this is another one that people need to play. I mean, the voice acting is really well done as well. So this was a later PS1 game where the voice acting started to get on point. So
this game is so good that I played back in the day. I played on Japanese just to have an idea.
Yeah.
Because that's all we did back in the day. We didn't have any translation. We just played the games in Japanese in Brazil. So, and then when this game got the translation, I'm like, oh man, now I can really enjoy this game. And when I put on TV, man, it's like the same thing with Police Knots. It gets you hooked to the game, and you just want to beat that game and see how the history goes, you know.
Well, Carlos, here's the thing, man. When one of the first Japanese games I played, like because I wanted to play it so bad, was Final Fantasy VIII. And I remember playing
Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's another one.
Dude, I got all the way to the 3rd disc not knowing what was going on. Just like kind of just thinking I knew what was going on, like kind of making up my own story. And I can't believe I got as far as I did, dude, because I got all the way, for people watching, I got all the way to the part where you're looking for the white siege ship. And I couldn't find it. And that's where I kind of finally gave up. Or maybe I did accidentally find it, but around that time on the 3rd disc, that's when I stopped playing it. And then I finally got the American version months later. But I was just like really into it, man. And this is another game that people could probably get into if they were just playing the Japanese version back in the day. But of course, this footage right here is them on the plane before the whole accident happens, and you start off on a mountain, and you're trying to get everybody to survive to get the best ending. So it's very well done and put together, and I hope people.
You have to cannibalize anybody to survive.
I mean, being on a mountain, you think of that movie Alive.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Anytime I hear about plane crash, and I'm like, do they eat each other?
The game is so good because you're in a mountain, you don't have anything. You have to find stuff to heal you. You have to find tools to open doors because the doors are you need to find the keys. It's a very good game, man. And the end of the history of the game, the end of the game, it's like you never knew like it's gonna be like that. Oh man. That's what
very adult. This is like one of the reasons why I loved PlayStation 1 is because of games like this. Like this is like seems pretty high level for a game, like not targeted towards kids at all. Like they were like, no, we're gonna make games for teenagers and adults, and that's why I really liked PlayStation 1 because I felt like that was the first time that was a focus. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Giving a lot of polygon heads to the classic. Headlock of PlayStation 1.
I'm reading right now, and it looks like they were saying that they didn't put this game out before because they thought that it wouldn't sell well because of the PS2 was coming out. So that's the reason they dropped it, I guess. Lame. But better late than never. It's here finally, thanks to some fan translations. And now people let you guys know, Carlos still has his on sale on Project Retro. So if you want a new PS1 game to play.
Well,
this is what I'm like.
Argentina,
If you guys are looking at the chat, there's all these people like, I wish this game would come out, and I wish this game would come out, and I wish this game would. So I mean, there's definitely a market
There's a
for
lot
it,
of
man. So
Yeah, because a lot of these games, these old school games we came out with, man, are just this. I mean, playing them nowadays is just like this is what we grew up with. So it's just really easy to get into, and they're just like overall fun. You know, a lot of newer games today, sometimes they just don't have that appeal. You know, they just have that shock value or whatever, and then that wears off. You just playing kind of like a generic game that's not really finished or have a decent story. It starts off strong, but towards a certain point, it just dies off. You're like, oh, what the hell am I playing? But that's a good one, folks.
Some games that I would like to see. I thought about this before the show. There's 3 that have translations that I think would be fantastic. So the first one is I'd love to get that Beavis and Butthead game, the virtual or whatever.
PS1?
Yeah, dude. I would love to get a copy of that just because Beavis and Butthead have a personal connection that I do. That show changed my life. Probably not for the better. Probably for the worse, but still, I was obsessed.
You were a good person before that show.
My IQ was like higher before I watched that show.
So the way Carlos is, he's probably already working on it, man. He keep me in the dark on stuff, man. He's probably working on something like that.
Well, that one would be amazing. I would the Langrisser games got our translation. I would love to have those. I think they got the remake on the PS4 or whatever.
I was gonna say, aren't they on PS4 1 and 2?
I think they got remade, but I still would prefer the
original
one, just because those are the ones that I've wanted to play forever. Like I was always like because I like strategy RPGs. I don't care what you guys have to say. I have fun moving my little dudes around and fighting people. And then
I like them too, but I just don't have the patience. I don't know.
Yeah, they take forever.
I like the graphics are great. I love the graphics of the RPGs and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
ones are very good.
I've always wanted to get into the Disgaea games, but I'm like, oh god, I feel like that'll take me 3 years to play through.
And there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, there's like 8 of them, and they're all like 200 hours long, and they all have 300 characters to collect. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe not. But they're supposed to be great, so maybe someday. And then there's just one more I want to suggest, and I don't know, I heard that there's a translation of Racing Lagoon.
Oh,
I would love to get Racing Lagoon, dude. So if you would do that one and you have a sale right now, I'll tell you that right now, immediately. I want that so bad, bro.
That one is already on the script.
Yeah. Yep.
What's up?
It's
That's already coming out.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, hell yeah, man. That's the one I'm most hyped about, right? Like, because that's the one I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Like forever. Like that's if you ask me like for years, like what Japanese PS1 game would you wish got translated and released, I would have said Racing Lagoon. I've always wanted it. I was always into like, Initial D back in the day, and I saw that game and I was like, oh god, this looks so freaking cool. So yeah, if that's happening, then I'm already excited.
Yeah, folks, so watching
one in chat that I'd love to play, and it's Kingsfield 1. Kingsfield 2, they're just so expensive to actually own the versions these days in PAL or North America because From Software is so popular. So that would be pretty awesome.
But folks that are watching, Racing Lagoon is a racing game RPG, which is probably the only one of its kind still to this day. And it's pretty amazing.
Squaresoft too. This PS1 Square. Yeah, back in the day.
That's what I'm talking about. These creative ideas from that generation. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, like the 5th generation was amazing. That's the golden era of games for me, and the 6th generation too. But I did want to ask about this next game I want to show. So you made a collector's edition for one of my favorites, and this is it was published by Working Designs, but I think your version is called Unworked because Working Designs kind of messed some things up. And this is oops, I messed something up here. Boom, there we go. Alondra Collector's Edition. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
An amazing game. And I'm happy Working Designs brought it over, but they had to tamper with the game itself, unfortunately. But this version you have here comes with all these extras, and it comes as the original game was meant to be without all the jump and difficulty, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the artwork, the things that comes with it. You can even slap your original copy there if you want.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just a tribute of this game. It's a beautiful game, and I just want to make something nice. I always love this game. I'm like, I want to make something that never came up, and this game really deserved, And I make some cards, some nice posters, and we don't get this stuff anymore. The new games today, it just comes with a CD. That's it. So that's what I like from back then. All those beautiful artwork.
Yeah, for people watching, if you haven't played Alondra, the first game is about a traveler that has to dive into people's dreams, and these dreams are pretty jacked up. So he's trying to fix it, but it's very Zelda-like. The puzzles could be very difficult, at least for the American version that we got over here.
Very hard.
Working designers probably made the puzzles harder on purpose, of course. But it's just an overall good game. And at the time, it's just like I don't think a lot of people knew about it, but Alondra is definitely one you want to check out. And this collector's edition you put together, freaking awesome. But another game too I want to talk about. You did another version of Gran Turismo 2. This is like the definitive version. I remember you telling me about.
Gran Turismo Plus, yeah. I think they made an update for this game.
Right.
There's an update now, another update, but this is the one I did. I think I have a couple left, very little.
Okay, but I just love the long box you put together. But anybody, I think Gran Turismo 2, even to this day, is probably considered the best one. I mean, you guys in the comments, let me know if I'm right about that.
4.
Is it 4?
It's 4.
It's got to be 4.
I grew up in I was too young for 2, so 4 was the one that got me. It might be 2, but I've heard other people say 3 is the one. So
yeah, wow, dude. I mean, I think 2 is the one where it started getting really good at.
Yeah.
Really impressed.
2 is insanely good for PS1.
I think 2 is the one that I played most.
Okay, but this long box you put together, very impressive.
Yeah, so it looks very nice.
Another one I want to show you guys here too is that Carlos did Castlevania as well. It's Symphony of the Night, nice. Everybody's favorite Metroidvania game. And dude, this box right here, man, it was pretty filled up, guys. Just to let you guys know. Of course, I'm showing you everything here.
That one is a translation, has the Japanese voice with the English subtitles.
And people probably mostly prefer that because the English voice acting in our version we got here was pretty I don't know, man. It's pretty jacked up. But the way to play it though is with the Japanese voice because it's just really authentic, I would say.
Yeah, very authentic. Yeah.
I love the extras that this came with that you put together. And going back to the American version of the voice acting, I just think that they hired actors that didn't really. I mean, they literally just read the script, no emotion, so it's just kind of off with the voice acting.
What I like, it comes with the regular map and the inverter map too, so you can have the maps on your side and
right.
Play with the map.
Was it the Saturn version that has the extra character from Japan? Wasn't there
version? and extra rooms and all that good stuff. But that version was buggy and messed up, so that's why this version right here is still superior to that one, I believe, still to this day. But that version did get an English translation though.
You got it. Yeah.
So yeah, man, definitely another cool collector's edition that you put out. Let me see here.
Dude, those manuals are really nice, dude. Wow.
Yeah, he gives it the business, man. Like that's man, I love that.
Yeah, so that's very nice.
Another thing I want to show here too is that you actually recently, let me pull it up here. Sorry. You did Cotton, the original Cotton for PS1.
For PS1, yeah.
Oh, this is the one I thought we were talking about earlier.
No, yeah, that was Cotton 2. This is
Nintendo one or something.
Cotton 1 on PlayStation in English.
Yeah, that's Cotton original. Yeah.
So, do you still have this one in stock as well?
I think I have a couple of them. Yeah. I didn't make a lot of this. I think I made like 30. I think.
Okay.
I didn't make a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, another cool shoot 'em up that a lot of people should play. I think the Cotton series is kind of one of the games that got me back into shoot 'em ups. Well, it's actually one of the first ones I got good at back in the day. But I think the one that got me back into shoot 'em ups when I fell off was Death Smiles. But Cotton, all the games for Cotton, except for the Pachinko one, I think are great games. So even the rail shooter ones, the rail games like Paranormal Cotton and Rainbow Cotton. So definitely check these games out. Pick up those last few copies, folks, because once they're gone, they're gone.
We have even for Super Nintendo, we made one for SNES, the translation for SNES.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
really cool, man. Let me see here. I think that's all I have here. I say a lot of footage of the stuff you put out recently. So
There's a couple new stuff coming, like the Breath of Fire one. The Breath of Fire, remember? I think I sent it to you, right? The Breath of Fire? Oh no, I don't remember.
no, I don't have that one.
Yeah,
How's
Breath
that
of
one?
Fire.
That's going to be same collector's edition.
Yeah, 3 and 4 is a collector's edition. That one's coming, and there's a Castlevania for a PC Engine. I'm getting into PC Engine too because the Castlevania. I think the first Castlevania for PC Engine it's one of the best ones.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
nice.
It looks like Street Fighter almost.
Yeah.
Like the versus look, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind
Oh,
of
look at that shiny thing
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on there. That's fucking dope.
So this is just a glove. The game is gonna go inside. It's like a glove, and then you're gonna have the game inside.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a prototype glove that came to me. I really liked it, the artwork, so I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Nice.
It's already on pre-order. So
Heck yeah. How many of those are you making?
it all depends on the pre-order. I think I had like 10 so far, 10 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of the games that I really loved, and I think everybody loves, is
Man, Metal Gear Solid, yes.
so this is just the original game, but I always wanted to make something for me, like nice with
Right.
posters and different manual and like a glove box and the game. I mean, it's everything is here. And actually, some people order. Like I think I have some like 10 orders for this game.
Okay.
And like I said, even if you want to slap your original copy there, you can do it. But you have all those postcards. You have 3 posters. You have art booklet. You have the manual. And it's very complete.
Right. Okay. One project that you showed me before, CT Special Forces. I want to show people that.
CT Special Forces, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up this footage here. So a lot of people don't know about CT Special Forces. This is a run and gun shooter that's very similar to Metal Slug that a lot of people do not know about. And it came out on the PS1 in PAL territories. Not sure if it came out in Japan. I can't remember if it did. There it is. You holding your copy. And it did come out on the Game Boy, but just the first 2 games. But what you're seeing here is going to be all 3 games, NTC, that he's going to put out pretty soon here. So
it's already on pre-order. That one.
It's already on pre. Oh man, steps ahead. So definitely something you want to have if you like running gun shooters. Very similar to Metal Slug. Very well done games. I actually talked about them on Jason's channel years ago. We did, I think, Hidden Gems, or maybe even a pickups video. I brought these up. But this is one of the games that I found out about after I got my test system PS2, so I was able to play it region free.
I think those games are on Game Boy Advance, but I think this is the better versions, and they have
100%.
collection. Yeah,
these are the better versions of it. Yeah, 100%. So definitely impressing. The manual, the work you put into the manuals too, man. Like seriously, just well done. The color manuals, dude.
I mean, right. I'm big on art design. I like to design a lot, and the artwork, it's my passion in games. So I like to put the artwork on the stuff that I make, and I like to make it as supposed to be, back in the day, something like that.
Right. So yeah, definitely on point here, man. Soundtrack, man.
This is a good one.
Dude, yeah, I love that. The CDs, it's beautiful. I love the CDs for the artwork for the CDs for this game. It's on point. Yeah.
But that's what I love about your dedication, man. Like you put in the work for it. So appreciate you, like how you put all this together, man. I mean, you really think of everything, and that's one thing I noticed. Like when we were showing all the other ones before, like I was thinking even back in the day we were getting black and white manuals in the PS1 era, but you made sure like nope, full color manual, good art, all that good stuff. So
I don't know if you remember this game here came for PSP on Japanese.
Yes. I remember that. That is Sapphire and the other games that are like a part of it. I can't remember.
There's Uno 1 and 2, and you have the Sapphire, the shoot 'em up.
Right.
This came only for PSP in Japanese, but there's a translation for PSP, so I made a complete collection for PSP.
Nice, dude.
I mean, I'm sorry for PC Engine.
Right.
Okay, that's PC Engine, yeah.
They just announced a new like Hyperkin Retron GX. HD TurboGrafx PC Engine thing. I don't know if
I
you
saw that.
that.
It's going for like $90 or
Yeah,
something,
I
right?
saw that one too. Yeah,
It's pretty
it-
cheap.
it-
Yeah.
but that's for plays the CDs and the cartridge and the card.
Just the cartridge so far. I mean, I don't know if they'll make an add-on for it or something like that. But
Yeah, I think it's just the carts. It looks like.
that'd be a waste of money to make an add-on. They should do it all in one system. But
Did you see the cards? The cards that I'm making.
Sorry, good.
I'm also making cards for PC Engine, so I have
cool.
a couple of translations here. Yeah.
Well, it says
wow.
it plays U.S. games and Japanese games, so I'm wondering.
Tower
if
of
they play
Tower of Duraga, or what's that called? You showed one before. I think it was called Tower or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duraga.
Wow.
Yeah.
Duraga. There we go.
This is a Japanese translated to English, and this is on real cartridge for PC Engine.
That's good.
Awesome, dude.
Those cartridges are very hard to make it, and I contact this guy, and he made a project for PC Engine and worked out pretty good. This is a City Hunter translated.
I love the artwork.
And you have also Die Hard translated.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's like a
Welcome to the party, pal.
Power Warriors, right? It's like a top-down.
Yeah, he plays like Rambo, on the SNES or the Chaos. I forgot the name of the other game for SNES. It's a pretty good game. Yeah. The good thing is all translated in English.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well,
Good stuff, brother.
The TurboGrafx stuff's really cool, and the PC Engine stuff's really cool too. I'm just happy to see the translation games finally coming over, because I don't know about you guys, but like there's lots of games that I've just been staring at for years.
I feel like that's where it's at for
gosh.
us, man. Like the English translations for me and you. I mean, we grew up around the same era, and Carlos too. So getting those translations of those games we always wanted to play is amazing today. Like it's breathtaking.
Yeah, the thing that I do is, I think everybody needs to know, is to try to support those guys that do translations, because those guys need a lot of support.
Right.
Those translators, like the translator, the guy that did Aconcagua and Police Notes, I think is the same guy. I forgot his name. I think we gotta try to shout out to this guy, try to find out who did it, and try to support. Usually they have patrons and stuff, I think those guys deserve big support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
100%.
I mean, it's a huge.
Because without them, we don't have any translation.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. None of this could be done. We're almost lucky today that, when games come out, they usually will come out in all regions, or if they come out in one region, they'll have multiple languages or stuff on them. But 20, 30 years ago, that didn't happen a lot of the time, and a lot of these games just didn't get played because they didn't want to try and play the Japanese version or vice versa. So it's really awesome what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly.
All I know is that I do a lot of emulating, and I go through like the full libraries of all the systems and try to get like every game I can play, even if it came out in Japan. If it dude, I went through the Saturn the other day, and there are so many RPGs that we didn't get from over there that I'm like, damn. Like, if they had released even half of these, I think the Saturn would have a lot better chance in the long term. We just didn't get, like, the library that in Japan is like 5 times the size of what we got in the United States. So,
and that was because of the head of Sega at the time, like, blocked a lot of those games from coming to America.
Yeah, that
yeah, it would have lasted. Saturn probably would have still lost, but they would have been like way more competition for PlayStation at the time. You know what I mean? They would, so it's kind of unfortunate, but I guess it worked out. Because then the Dreamcast and all that good stuff, but Saturn definitely didn't live up to its potential, unfortunately. And but lucky for us, a lot of those games are getting translated now. Especially like a lot of the cool RPGs. There's this one RPG, it's like a strategy RPG. It's really dark. I think it starts with a W, but I can't remember what it's called. But they're working on that, and I've been wanting to play that game ever since I was a teen. So I'm going to be able to play that probably in a couple of years here, or maybe less than that. So I'm really excited.
Hell yeah.
So, definitely. But let's see here. I'm just going to make sure I don't have anything else here that I want to show.
It's really hard to keep up with all the good translations that's coming out.
Yeah.
I really want to do Echo Knight too for PS1, but it's just too many games on the way. It's just a lot of work also. It's like it's just me and a friend. Basically, my friend who helps me with the designs and all the Super Nintendo stuff, and I'm the
Right.
one basically doing everything. So it's not easy. It's pretty hard. That's why sometimes people don't know why pre-orders takes a little bit of time. Sometimes takes up to 5 months
Yeah,
because
you gotta make sure it's right.
you depend of other guys. You depend of printing, making CDs, making manuals, PCBs and stuff. That takes a lot of time because you depend of other people. So they take their time, and until it gets to me, I have to take my time to send it. So everything takes some time to make.
I wanted to ask you too about like you kind of like you stepped into doing cartridges, so I want to show people some of the stuff you're working on or have put out. And Star Ocean Super Nintendo. Your version of this game doesn't need a battery, which is nice. So it has its own special board where you can save your game. You don't have to worry about losing your data, which was very impressive. Like wow. But this one of my favorite series out there, and it started on Super Nintendo. Very well done RPG. Hopefully people will get to play this now because I think have you started this? Like have you sold this yet, or is it in stock, or how's it? Are you still doing pre-orders?
Yeah, I think I made only 25 of it. I think I have 5 left only.
Okay. So then another one here is Ghost Chaser, a cool beat 'em up
Ghost
that
Chaser,
got
very
translated.
good one.
Ghost
Yeah,
Beaters?
very good one.
No,
Ghost. But this is a really good fighting game that we, during the beat 'em up craze back on the 16-bit era, that should have came out over here. It did not, but now it's here in English. And you put this one out, I believe, too, right?
Very good, yeah, very good game. I love that game. Hyperheria too, yeah, good game.
Very
Yeah.
expensive Japanese game right now. You got the English translation
Yeah.
going. I have the anime of this too, which is really
The anime,
good.
yeah, I got the VHS, the three one.
That's
It's
right.
1,
I think
2,
you
and
showed it
3,
to me a while back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mix of an action game and a little bit of shooter, which is pretty on point. So definitely another one. I played this at Jason's house, and when we showed it in a pickups video, and the controls were a little bit floaty, but it's definitely totally playable and well done. Like besides that, once you get used to the controls, you can tear this game up. But we were having fun with that one. So happy you brought that one out in physical format. So a lot of people could try it out.
Dude, I love that you have so much variations too. It's like you got games from all sorts of systems and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to get some Super Nintendo translations. I think they look good. Like the there's a Dragon Ball Hyper. What's the one? Hyper Nation, right?
Yeah, something. I think you showed it to me a while ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. That one needs a special PCB also. It's kind of expensive to make it, but I really want that game on my collection. I think I'm gonna make like 15 of those because that's a very good game. Called Dragon Ball Z Hyper. I think Hypertension. Dragon Ball Z. It's very arcadey, very good game.
Sorry.
So,
Phil said, he's been begging you to do a release of Kuon in a special edition with the soundtrack for PS2. It's a game I want most, but I don't want to drop $1,000. Do you ever think of just doing like repros of those really expensive games just to?
I'm doing like a sequence of expensive games for PS2, like I did Hunting Ground, Silent Hill, Rules of Rose. I'm trying to work on a nice design for Kuon. It's gonna come up, but the thing is, like I said, I'm only one guy. So imagine me.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you have plans for like 10, 12 games already.
Yeah,
right?
imagine I have Silent Hill, I have Hunting Ground, and I have those consoles. Imagine it. I know people are gonna order them, but I have to deliver it. It's a lot of work. For Tales of Destiny, I made 40, and that took me almost a year to deliver because it's 40 consoles that I had to buy in Japan, clean it. Some of the console needs a repair. I gotta do video repair or laser replacement or something, and then I have to clean it, mod it, and then put everything back together, and have the right chip, because if you have the wrong chip, it won't work. I had that problem with the chip too. And 40 consoles for one guy, that's a lot of work. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna make them as like this year. I already put a pre-order for Rule of Rose, So until the middle of the year, I'm gonna deliver Rural Rose, and then I'm gonna do the Hunting Ground August to the end of the year, and then next year probably Silent Hill 2.
Right on.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Joe,
Clayton,
there we go.
real
You
quick,
got it.
Clayton Maris for $5. He said, "Dude, I just got my Tales of Destiny PS2 from Project Retro Games. Freaking love it."
Yeah.
There you go.
Right
Yeah,
on, man.
it's just to have the opportunity to play Tales of Destiny 2 in English,
Yeah.
you know.
Somebody
And,
asked too earlier. I missed it. They wanted to know that if the modded PS2s will play like all regional PS1 games as well.
Plays all region PS1 games, Japanese, PAL, and American, and backups.
Yeah, sorry, I can't find the question. I just remember somebody asked that a while back.
Yeah.
There's another Tales that I'm gonna make, a Tales of Rebirth, that got a translation, so probably coming next year.
Right. So another thing I wanted to bring up, because I remember you told me about you were working on a Neo Geo system, right? Still.
Yeah, I'm working on a console for Neo Geo MVS games. If you guys don't know MVS game, I think you guys might know what MVS games is. Let's see.
Let me pull the system up because I had the pictures saved here. There we go.
So this is how my MVS game is gonna come on a nice box. This is my 3mm for Neo Geo. Yeah, that's the console right there, the red one.
Yep.
That's sick.
And the black version of the console.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Matrimony. Yeah, look at that game, dude. Oh my God.
Matrimony. So this is my copy of Matrimony. Look at this thing. It's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that's those Neo Geo, man. I gotta give it up, man. The best carts ever. I mean, oh my God, those carts are so like just well put together.
I probably have around 120 games on my collection, and total of 150, I think, is a complete collection.
So I'm kind of a scrub when it comes to Neo Geos. MVS, the arcade carts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
MVS is the arcade cartridge. Yeah.
Okay. So those are the ones that like they came in like brown boxes or something like that. They didn't really come. They were just like for
because they were made for the arcade, so you know.
Yes, you could swap because the machines would hold like 3 games a piece, and then you could swap them out, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm doing as a home version, so you can play on your house. You can play on your arcade if you have arcade at home. You can play on your arcade, but you can have the console and play on your TV with a HD adapter.
Yeah, so those are cheaper, which means they're only like $5,000 probably.
Let's see.
Those games.
Let's see. Sengoku 3 for AES. That's the original AES for a home console. That's gonna be like a $3,000 cartridge.
Yeah,
but for MVS is still expensive. For MVS, probably like $500 to $600.
Yeah.
Original copy.
All right. Man, cool. So I think man, it was weird. I remember a time where people had preferred the MVS system over the AES, and the MVS was more expensive. But now that kind of switched around.
Yeah.
Over the past well, actually like 15 years, and people prefer, like the more expensive is AES. You know, but what do you think is the more popular that people really like, MVS or AES?
I think the people like more the AES, the high collectors for Neo Geo. It's the AES, it's the banger because it's the one that came for a home console, you know.
Right.
But the problem is it's a very expensive collection to get into it. It's very expensive. So if you really want to get to Neo Geo right now, I think the MVS is the right way to go. Even Neo Geo CD is getting expensive, the CD version. I have a big collection for Neo Geo CD too. Yeah,
I personally like Neo Geo Pocket and a Neo Geo CD. But when it comes to like the MVS system, I feel like, you know, it has more options in a way because the AES is kind of locked in this option system. Like if you get Metal Slug on the AES system, you're gonna get like 4 credits to beat the whole game, which is pretty annoying, you know, for a running gun shooter. You know, but MVS, of course, you could control that.
My thing about MVS is because I started on arcades back then, and that what I was playing was MVS games. Right. And the good thing about MVS, I think for Neo Geo AES is just around 100. I don't remember 110, 115 games, but for MVS is about 150. So you have a bigger library to collect also.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. The system, I like the design of it, you know. So that definitely looks cool. And I was looking at the controller side.
We call the Neo Geo.
New-
with N-E-W, new
New
Geo.
Geo.
Yeah.
Right on. But I like the way it looks though. So definitely.
I'm
really
trying to
cool.
figure out like a box for the system and putting. I'm trying to figure out what games I'm gonna put together with the system also.
Like a
I'm probably
bundle,
gonna
okay.
like a bundle, like maybe four games. I was thinking about the King of Fighters 95, 96, 97, 98 anniversary edition. That's 4 hacks that came out. So I'm trying to make those hacks
Okay.
with there's new characters and new moves.
That'd be
Right
cool.
on.
Does
Right
it come
on.
with controllers with clicky buttons?
It all depends of the size of the box because that takes a lot of space. I was thinking about the 8-bit controller goes with
Yeah,
it.
those I have. Those look really nice.
But we are also working on an arcade stick also. So let's see how that's gonna fit on the box.
Right on. Cool, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the 8-bit though ones are cool. They have like the themed ones with all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
characters.
that one.
Oh, nice.
Exactly that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
I grabbed all 4 of those before they sold out.
a great controller. Yeah.
And then what's funny is I won't open these, and I bought the regular black ones to play with. So I have 6 of these fucking things because I have the 4 with the designs, and then I have 2 just plain black ones. And I play Neo Geo like once a fucking year, so I don't know.
Cool.
I got my Neo Geo hooked up on my TV all the time. And sometimes I just sit on my chair, put some Neo Geo game, and then I beat. I mean, you can beat the game like in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. You can beat the game. You know.
Mhm. Okay.
Dude, Neo Geo was peak.
I really want to play the King of Fighters with Reggie because that's my game.
Yeah, man, we gotta have a battle in that game one of these days, pretty soon here.
So let me tell a history. I used to go in the arcades with my brother back then. I was like 18, and when we got into the arcade, when the people saw us, they get out of the arcade because they're gonna lose the coin. They knew, okay, those guys are here. Don't put your coin in. Let them play. When they go home, we play because if somebody puts the coin in our arcade, they're gonna lose the coin all the time.
Dude, that challenge back in the day was so amazing. I just remember going to like a 7-Eleven store and see people gathered around the Neo Geo and the Street Fighter machine and their quarters ready to go and just battling it out. And then those guys that were casual players, they're like, oh man, let me wait till these guys are done. But they would never be done. Those guys would be there all day. So
yeah,
Dude,
I spent all day on arcade. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a lively place to be, man. I mean, the arcades back in the day were so much fun. I mean, you had a bunch of arcades going on. You had like food, drink. It was just a place to chill out and just have a good time. But I think arcades died out, of course, when you're getting like affordable like consoles at home that are kind of getting closer to the arcade. You're getting the experience at home, so people are not going to arcades as much anymore. I think that's kind of started happening around the PS1 era. And it didn't happen before that because a lot of people didn't have enough money to buy a Neo Geo. It was expensive. It was top of the line. But I think around probably the Dreamcast era, that's when you were getting.
First time.
That was the first arcade perfect console.
That's when I played Soul Calibur at home on the Dreamcast for the first time. I was like, "This shit's over. This is arcade quality."
Yeah,
at an affordable price. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but $999.99 probably was the best like launch day ever in history.
Yeah, it was $199, something like that for the Dreamcast.
Just I don't remember what the price was. I just remember that date that they had for it because the Y2J scare before that, and the people were just lined up around EB Games and all these stores to get their Dreamcast. And the launch for that system was amazing. I mean, Soul Calibur, Sonic Adventure,
Daytona was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So good stuff.
I got a Dreamcast project. I think I showed you back then, but I didn't got the time to do it yet. Remember?
I think I vaguely remember it a little bit. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I want to do a Dreamcast Atomic Wave edition with all the Atomic Wave games on it.
That's right. So Dolphin Blue would be a perfect game to have on there because that's everybody's favorite right now.
Yeah.
Everybody they never heard of. But around the 130 mark, I don't know if anybody has any pickups that they've gotten recently. But if you've not, I can start here if you guys want to see anything cool.
Well, I got like just two things, so I do not want to go last. Let's put it that way. I'll go. I
haven't picked anything up since Friday.
We just did a show like 2 days ago, so
I got a bunch of Xbox games that came out yesterday.
All right, well, let me get my my shite out of the way. Although it's not bad. So I picked this up. I was inspired. Figsy was talking about this game, and I noticed that it had gone on clearance everywhere, and it was selling out everywhere, and I got the FOMO fever. So basically, I went out and had to buy it. But I picked up the Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Oh, nice. I can't wait for my copy to come in. I want to play it.
The PS5 copy was still relatively available, but the PS4 one was kind of a bitch. So I ended up finding a copy of eBay for a relatively cheap price.
Nice.
And,
it's meant to be really good, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I suck at these games, so I'll probably play it for like 2 or 3 sessions and give up like I do with most of these games. But yeah, there we go. Wolong. It's like a Souls-like, in case you're wondering. So, but yeah.
One day, Joe, you'll get into them and you'll understand. And
no, I mean, the more I play them, the better I get. It's just I don't know. I have like mad gaming ADHD, bro. I'm all over the place. I just start playing new stuff. I have so many games. I'm like, when I start to hit a wall, I'm like, yeah, I'll just play something else, and then turns into 7 other games. So I don't know.
It's like you have to get over that wall in those games, otherwise it's just not going to work. You know.
What I need is
because you have to learn the moves, and yeah, it's ridiculous.
I need a prescription for Adderall, and then I'll be able to bang all those games out in like 2-3 days. All right, so this is actually funny because you know how there's a new Fantastic Four movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the trailers for the new one that's coming out. Well, I was like, oh, you know what? I collect superhero movies. Maybe I'll get the good old Fantastic Fours. And so I was like, and I know they suck, so you don't have to tell me. I already know they're bad. Like I knew that going out the gate. But what was funny is I knew that there were like 2 movies at least, the ones with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans as the fire guy or whatever. And so I thought I was ordering the first one, and then this piece of shit showed up. I didn't even know this existed. So I ordered this basically on accident. Oh, wow. I never knew this movie even came out. This is the Fantastic Four. Apparently that came out in 2015 with this freaking cast of people. And I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yes, I missed that one too.
Whoa. I've never seen this. I didn't even know it existed. I thought I was buying the one that came out in 2005, but apparently I got this. So
nice.
It's whatever. I think it was like $10, probably for a good reason. Also, another thing I hate about buying old DVDs, even when they're new, is they all are fucking wrinkly and shit. Yeah, that shit. What the hell, man? Who fucking jizzed all over my movie before I opened it? Like, what the heck happened here? Would you keep it in a fucking steam room or something? Was it in the sauna for 4 years? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, like what's going down?
I get a theory, right? They bought it at Walmart or something. And they put it in their bag with like a hot chicken and took it home, and that's what happened.
Yes, it was next to rotisserie chicken. You know, hold on.
Something like that. Like generally, because it would have only been sitting next to it for like 5 minutes for that to happen.
I don't know. I'm not mad about it. I haven't watched this yet, and I already regret buying it. So,
oh wow.
Well, you know, I looked up reviews, and everyone's like, it's shite. I was like, all right, great. So, but that's cool. I'm into crappy movies. So I have like I'm trying to build my little pre-Marvel, like before like the Marvel Studios cinema, the MCU started. So I have like the crappy Hulks, the crappy Daredevils, the crappy Fantastic Fours. I have Howard the Duck, like all those.
Oh my God, Howard the Duck, dude, come on,
dude. I watched that the other day and I actually enjoyed Howard the Duck. To be honest, I enjoyed it. But as an adult, I remember looking back on it and just being like, yeah, this gave me nightmares as a kid. I don't know if anyone's seen Howard the Duck, but like the bad guy at the end is like this giant demon monster, and he's freaky as hell, man. And I remember watching that when I was a little kid, and that freaked me out. And I remember watching it as an adult, being like, I remember this freaked me out now. I think I only watched this movie twice when I was a kid because it was freaking scary.
Well, the scene I remember from that movie, man, is the part where the girl was getting dressed and Howard was in the room with her, and it's like one of those scenes like,
are they like bang in the room?
It looked like even when I was a kid seeing it, I thought that was something weird about that scene, because like the next thing they were going to do probably is like, I know they're going to get physical, and that would have just, I don't know what that would have did for that movie, but it just.
Do you think do you think she would get pregnant, or would she lay an egg?
I
don't even know.
I think she would.
Ruined everyone's evening.
Actually, you think about it, it's like, what the heck? But who wants to go next?
Who wants to go next? Would you? Do you want to go, Carlos or Reggie?
Man, I got whatever you guys. I have a bunch of.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right.
Oh, my cameras. Let me see if my camera's working again. Because
I'll go set up my games here. Let me set up here.
Okay, so first game here I got is Pepper Grinder. Hopefully you guys heard of this one. Jason introduced. Well, I've seen this game, but Jason is the one that got me pumped up for it. So it's one of those games. It reminds me kind of what Donald Trump says about drill, baby, drill. So yeah, that's exactly what it reminded me. And then of course it reminds me of Drill Dozer too for the Game Boy Advance, one of the Pokemon teams games they made back in the day when they could be creative. But this game, like, you have to get in the momentum of like drilling like across like these environments and everything like that. So it's a pretty well done game. You can see the sprite work is well done. Haven't played it that much, but what the gimmick with this game was that it starts you at a percentage where the game is like super fast. So it's at 100%, you're going like really fast, and that's the default setting. But some people might have to slow down the action, to 50% or lower just to get like a good feel for the game. But definitely one that people should keep their eye out on. And this is on sale for $20. So definitely try this one out. It's from I forgot what the company's called that made it, but they used to be a part of like Special Reserve, I believe. Devolver, yes, Devolver. So yeah, still making games, and yeah, this is one of them.
They make good games. I like Devolver's stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So next game here, this is one of the most radical games I played recently, and this is Curse of the Sea Rat.
Sea Rats.
See what I did there? The most radical games ever. But I know, right? The dad joke. But it's like this is a 4-player co-op game that I saw Level 857 playing on a podcast about a year ago, and I was kind of like iffy about picking it up. But for a 4-player co-op game that got a physical format, physical, so I wanted to give it a go. So I'm waiting for the PS4 copy. The only thing I know is that this is not online, unfortunately. It's like couch co-op, but still, you can actually do share play if you have good enough connection to play with people online with these games. So people kind of forget about that option as well. But 4-player platinum beat 'em up game. Why not? Right?
I think it's cooler that it's couch co-op because there's so little like couch co-op modern games like this these days. They're all, it's online. We can play together, but you have to have your own console.
Exactly. I know, right? But maybe it'll be a ratical experience. Next game here. Clock Tower Rewind. And so I had to get the PS4 version because I just felt like, with the extra interviews they had on it, all the extras made it worth getting. So shout out to Will from the Place That Ain't Dead podcast. He recommended I get this on VGP, which we weren't sure was going to come out there, but it did. They got some copies of it, so I bought it there. You can see all the extras it comes with, like interactive comic book interview. I remember playing this on Super Nintendo back in the day, and when it got an English translation, I think back in like I want to say early 2000s. I can't really remember when, but I got to play it. Had a great time playing. I got the best ending, thankfully, the first time because I paid attention. And I'm probably gonna unlock all the trophies for it on PS4. So definitely cool to have this one. I think this next game was trying to get off the hype of Poop Slinger. I think it was the game that came out from my limited rare games of some company.
Was it Pop Slinger?
Yeah, it's Pop Slinger. I was like, what? So there's that one.
Yeah, that one's
from VGP.
Very original title, definitely.
Yeah. But a VGP, not VGP, but Video Games New York Soft. Yeah. This is one of their new physicals they put out recently. It even has a vinyl soundtrack that came out with it too. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. But this is like a running gun game, as you can see here. Very colorful. Has that CTR effect right now in the graphics. I don't know if you could change that, but something cool I got recently. Got to play it a little bit more.
You throw soda pops.
Those soda pops and take out enemies. Flynn's Son of Crimson. I played this on PS4. Jason had the Switch version, and he wasn't really feeling it. So I said we'll do a trade for it. So I traded him for this, and now have it to play on the go and on my console. But from what I played on the PS4 a few months ago, I actually really liked it. So I know this one's a bit sought after because I don't think Super Rare is going to do too many PS4 games anymore. I think they're pretty much done with it. So
they haven't announced one in a while. Just PS5 and Switch.
But that's another good one. This one's called After Dream. Dude, this is like a psychological horror where I think this girl's dreams are kind of manifesting into reality. I'm not really too sure because I haven't played that much of it, but I love the way the cover art looks. So definitely one that I think people might want to check out. Not really sure how they feel about psychological horror games. It reminds me of that game on the PS3 that came out years ago. When this guy wakes up in this post world is all like zombies, and he's just walking around like trying to like scavenge stuff. What was it called? I can't remember the name of it, man. It's getting on my nerves, but it is Lone Survivor. That's the one.
Lone Survivor.
Oh gosh, I hate when I forget these names like that. But yeah, there's a lot of games to think about. But it reminds me of Lone Survivor in a way, but just more of a I guess like atmospheric. I don't know what to say. It's just these games are weird,
More
man.
artistic. It's got like a unique art style.
Yeah, it's just hard to talk about these, man, because they're just so weird. But anyways, another cool game that people might want to check out. This is one I've been playing recently that I really like, Spirit Mancer for the PS5.
I've never seen this.
This is a co-op. Well, yes, does it play 2 players as well? I can't remember. But basically, you can switch characters or whatever like that, and they get these cards that kind of like have these elemental effects that you can use on enemies. So you get a bunch of moves, and of course, you got your regular combo moves. Like she has a sword, he has his gun, so they play differently. But the card system is where it's at because you have all these different like elements to help you take out enemies. And man, this game just like really just pulled me in. I didn't think it was gonna like pull me in like it did, but it got me, especially with the artwork too. I mean, the sprite work is on point, so I think a lot of people who are old school could appreciate this one.
It kind of reminds me of Popple Mail in a way.
A little bit of Popple Mail, really?
Yeah, just the way it's colorful and like I don't know the way the enemies look.
This boss right here, like she killed me the first time, but I got her the second time. She gave me a run for my money. But yeah, I was having a good time with it though. What was that?
It looks really good.
Yeah, fun. So I think it might get a physical on Switch, but we'll see. But it definitely got a physical on PS5. So there's that. But next game here, we got Double Dragon Collection, which I was kind of disappointed with because I felt like they could have put some more games in here. I'm a big fan of the Double Dragon arcade games, Double Dragon 2 being my favorite. But still, we got a good collection of games here. The main attraction in this collection is going to be the Game Boy Advance version. It's called Double Dragon Advance. That's probably one of the best Double Dragon games ever made. And hands down, I feel like, a lot of people still haven't played it. But you got Double Dragon 4 in here, which a lot of people kind of like were iffy about it. But I think Double Dragon 4, if it came out around the same time as Double Dragon 3 back in the day, it would have been well received. So I think it's a pretty solid game. Next game here, Andro Dunas Part 2, PS4 Collector's Edition here, or Limited Edition. You like shoot 'em ups? Well, look no further. Horizontal. This is a really good game, and it's
long though. It's fucking long.
It is long, man. No doubt about it. But man, I mean, seriously, they did a good job. I guess why I think they made it so long is because they don't know they will be able to make another game. Oh, look at you, Carlos got that right there. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
same
The first one, or
well, the first game was so obscure in a way.
yeah, it only came out on Neo Geo, I think.
Yeah, it's like, man, why would they think to do a sequel for it? So they probably felt like, man, like this is our last chance. Let's make this game as good as possible, as long as possible.
It is very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game for sure.
So there's that, and I think that's it for me. Good to go.
Nice stuff. Yeah. Very cool.
Next. Stop it.
What happened? Wait. Oh, there's one more.
Another one?
Oh, he's got one more, folks.
I got 2 more. I got 3 more. I'm sorry. 4 more. Sorry. Let's do this real fast. I'm sorry. Here we go.
I got 57.
Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2. Finally got it. Yes, dude.
Right.
And I was surprised how it was, man. It really opens up the world of Silent Hill 2. I was kind of impressed how it starts out. Like the city really, the town really feels like it's like nobody there. Like you're there by yourself. So it had that eerie feeling. And I really liked it, man. So I'm still in the beginning stages. I fought a couple of monsters, but I definitely like the way that everything looks. Like it looks like you can interact with everything in it. So definitely a throwback to old school survival horror. I'm glad they made this game. I didn't really care about them making it, but I guess it's all right. So I'll let you guys know about this one in the future. Next game here is a Neo Geo CD game. We got Battle Flip Shot. I think this is like a what's that game called back in the day? Pong, but you just back and forth. It's kind of like Windjammers in a way. But
looks like Windjammers, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely something pretty cool. It only came out for Neo Geo, MVS, and AES, but Pixel Heart got the, I guess not the Go, but this is a homebrew version for the Neo Geo CD version, because even on the cover of it, it doesn't say Neo Geo CD, it says Pixel Heart. So I guess they had the license to get the Neo Geo CD logo. But still, they can make the game for the system, so it looks pretty cool.
Looks great.
Yeah, very colorful. And a lot cheaper than getting the AES version. That's like $400. I'm like, damn. Next game here, SVC Chaos for PS4 and the Switch. This is the Neo Geo SNK's version of the Capcom versus series of SNK versus Capcom. I can't lie. This game to me is not as good as the Capcom versus SNK games, but it does have some cool characters in it that Capcom didn't release on their system. So I like that. And it's more story driven in those games. Dimitri looks insane in this game. So best version of Dimitri is definitely in this version. And then you got Mega Man Zero as well. But
That's cool.
still not the best of that series, but still I think it's pretty decent. And then last one here is finally Guns of Mercy. Where the hell did the icon go? There we go. So this is like a twin stick shooter from what I remember. I haven't played this in a long time. I played it briefly before, but you just take out enemies on the screen until they don't come at you anymore. 4-player co-op, couch co-op, obviously. Yeah, another solid one for the Switch.
Sick.
All right, and that's it, guys. I'm sorry. Just had to get it all out there.
Nice games, though. Wow, cool game.
Yeah, right. Pretty good stuff.
So my turn.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay. I think I told you guys. I'm a heavy collector for Xbox. I think I have over 1,500 copies of Xbox games. I think more than half is like sealed games. I'm crazy for sealed games. I open my games and I played, but of course some games I keep sealed. And I got a box that came yesterday. I bought some games, and this is one of them.
Adventure Time.
Oh, wow.
Adventure Time: The Secret of the Manless Kingdom. It's like a Zelda style game, if I'm not mistaken. Very beautiful game. I didn't play this game yet. Most of the games that I bought here, I didn't play yet. So I'm probably just gonna be showing you guys what I got.
Okay.
And also got the sealed game. So the second game is Forza Motorsport 4. I'm collecting for the complete collection for the Platinum Hits versions for the 360, and this was the last copy that I was missing. So this is the one that completes my collection.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
I don't know why. This one is very hard to come by. Open is easy, but sealed one, this is the only one I found on eBay. I don't know why it's so hard to get in sealed game.
I'm actually really excited about Forza coming to PlayStation.
Oh, me too. That's a great game.
I played it on the Xbox 360 at my boy's house back in the day. And all I remember is we used to get banned for making really offensive stickers in the shop. And we would make I can't even tell you what they were because if they were that offensive, they were that bad. We would just constantly do it and get banned.
I bet it's gonna look very good, the game. So the third game is Quantum Theory.
I remember that game. Wow.
I think it's kind of this game. I think if it wasn't for Gears of Wars, I think Gears of Wars took the shine of this game. But it's similar to Gears of Wars, I think. I didn't play this game yet. I'm very excited to play. Very nice artwork.
It came out on PlayStation 2. It didn't sell well on either console. But it was at the time where Call of Duty and Battlefield and Gears of War was all the rage.
Yeah, I think because of Gears of War take the shine of this game a lot, the other games too. Another one that's kind of a little expensive to get sealed, Space Marine. And this one includes the exclusive
Trader Legions pack.
Nice.
Trader Legions pack, yeah.
Yeah, that game jumped up in price like crazy when the sequel just came out, and everybody loved it. The PS3 copy went from like a $20 game to like $100 game.
Wow.
I haven't checked it in a few weeks. It's probably coming back down a little bit.
Man, I wish I knew. I wish I knew the prices are going up when I started collecting Xbox being like 20 years ago. 20 years I've been collecting. And at that time, you buy sealed games for, I don't know, like $15-20. Now it's like over 50. So crazy.
Yeah, that game, Space Marine 1, came back down to 40.
Talking about very, very, very expensive games.
This one's crazy. Yeah.
I got the sealed version too, but this one, yeah, I had to sell one of my new GCD games to get this one.
Wow.
But I
Which I've
finally
been
got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was missing this one on my collection. I'm like, the thing is, I have a complete collection of new GCD games, but I don't play them. They're just sitting here. And I play my MVS, and on me MVS, I got all the games anyway. So why I got the CDs here? I probably just gonna try to sell the games and invest on my Xbox now. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, open copies of that are like going for 80 to 100. It looks like.
Yeah.
So sealed, I'm sure, is just insane. I don't even
This
see any
one,
sealed
the
copies.
Testament
Oh, $250
of
for a
Sherlock
sealed
Holmes.
copy.
Yeah, sealed games like 200 over. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Testament of Sherlock Holmes for 360. Didn't play this game yet, but I watched some videos. Looks pretty cool game. The Burial.
Nice. I like this cover.
Yeah, that cover is sick.
Who Sharpied all
Yeah.
over it though?
Yeah, this one comes with a sleek cover. Yeah.
It's a
I
clear
got this-
slip cover with just the black things on it. It's really cool.
I don't know if Reggie played this game, but I got the limited edition of Darkness 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Mark
I
Patton
got
does
Point,
the-
dude.
Mike
Yeah,
Patton
yeah.
does the monsters in those games, I'm pretty sure. At least he
Yeah,
did in the
this
first
is,
one.
Other little expensive game for Xbox sealed.
Wow.
Simpsons.
It's a good one, too.
Yeah, I was trying to get the console for this game. There's a console, the Simpsons console.
Hmm.
But it's like a 10K,
Yeah.
20K console. It's very
That's what it is
expensive.
now? Wow.
Yeah. There's a guy on Facebook might asking 20K for the console.
Damn.
So every system that the Simpsons game on is got a different cover, like a different characters
Yeah.
on the front, which is really cool.
I got
Yeah,
two
like-
more games. This one is pretty interesting. It's the Soldier of Fortune, the Payback, but comes with the First Blood DVD movie,
Nice.
the Rambo. Pretty cool. I
Hmm.
was missing this one on my collection also. And the last one, it's the Walmart edition of Aliens Colonial Marines.
Dude, that game is still online, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I have the regular, but I saw this Walmart version, so I'm like, oh, just going to jump on it.
Yeah. Look, variants are cool. Heck yeah.
And that's it. That's it, what I got.
Right on, man. Heck yeah.
Super cool.
Little bump on my Xbox collection.
Good
Well,
old Xbox.
It's impressive you're going for like pretty much a sealed set. That's like a whole other level. It's like a
I'm not
complete
gonna
set.
try to complete
Then-
the collections. My partner hits for original Xbox. It's sealed, like 95% is sealed for the complete original Xbox Platinum hits, because some games is impossible to find opening.
Mhm.
But 360, I got the complete collection for Platinum hits, all sealed. It's pretty easy to get it. It's not that hard.
Okay.
I think the most expensive is this one here, the triple pack.
Oh, wow.
This is about 250 sealed. The other game is like 15 up to 50, all depends of the game.
Okay.
It'll only be a matter of time though, and then the 360 will be hard to find sealed games for as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting the Platinum hits now, because people don't care about them now, but I'm getting them sealed now because I know in a couple of years the price is not gonna go down. But
Right.
I'm not buying because I like Xbox and I like to collect for it. It's not because of the prices. Maybe it's gonna be a little investment in the future, I know, but I'm thinking about because I really love Xbox and I like to play the games. I'm probably gonna be opening some of those sealed games. I don't really care that much, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you gotta crack them open. You can't buy 2 copies of every game.
Yeah, no way. No
You
way.
Who would have thought seal collecting would have been a thing a few years ago? You know, like the seal collector is a serious business. Like
I never thought graded games would be a thing. I'll tell you that.
that's another one too. Graded games.
I never thought that would be a thing for games. It makes sense to me for cards. I guess for comic books.
Right.
Even comic books, I was kind of like, meh. That kind of makes it so you can't read your comic book. I don't know. Cards, it made sense because you can see the front of the card, you can see the back of the card. You're not really losing much. You know what I mean?
still struggle to understand, especially for a game that's made on a plastic case, like the cardboard ones. You can kind of understand because it keeps it
This is what
preserved.
we need more.
You guys-
He'll explain that these aren't really like games anymore. Like these are collectibles. So,
Dude, I regret selling that game. Oh my god.
yeah, that's an expensive one. I've been meaning to pick up just the PS2 version, and it's always fucking expensive. I've
Well,
never.
it's
Just
a
some of
great
my.
game.
This
Mhm.
is very rare one. Some
Oh,
of the
there you go.
rarities.
I have that on PS3. That version you have.
Yeah, I got
the
the
Brazilian version.
PS3 version.
Just the rare ones. The red I have.
That's gone
Operation
up
Darkness.
now. That used to be a cheap
Yeah.
game, but I know it's gone on Atlas.
And believe it or not, this one is getting expensive too.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
a good game. It's violent. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, that game's pretty expensive. I've been trying to get a copy of Captain America on PS3, and that one's freaking expensive too. That's not insane or anything, but it ain't
But it's
cheap.
jumped up.
Yeah, it's like $50-$60, and it's like pre-owned, and it looks like someone took a shit on it. I'm like, it's not like I haven't found like a nice clean copy for that price.
You would pay that price for, yeah. You know, for that
Yeah.
price, you want to get a good looking copy, of course.
But yeah, I was trying to get all the Marvel games, and I have all of them except for Captain America. I've just been like meh about it.
And they're pretty decent on the PS3, right?
That's a good
It's
game.
pretty.
on the
It's always
PS3.
been pretty
Yeah.
expensive, like $40-$50 game.
The Wolverine game is fucking dope. That's like a
That
really,
one blew up
That's
in
about-
price.
I can tell why. Yeah, that one got really more expensive when they announced
Yeah.
the new Wolverine that was coming out, and then the Deadpool and Wolverine movie coming out, like got everybody's interest in it again.
Mhm.
And that's like,
Deadpool's still ridiculous. Like I can't get over the fact, like it's not just $200. It'll be like 20 copies selling in a week. It's wild.
yeah, Deadpool blew up. And
Yeah.
if you watch the show, you remember I got that like for like $10. Somebody. I remember I drove to Haverhill just for that game. The guy had like a stack of games, and he was one of those ones where like he was just charging like 40 for the lot, and I was like, I'll just buy them all. So I didn't want to say I just wanted Deadpool.
You say I was
yeah.
big one, yeah.
Because
Go
he
ahead.
would, why did you want that
this
game?
one?
And you look up that game.
They start questioning you, like, why are you picking that game out? Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I've learned. Anytime there's like a bundle and there's like one game in it that's valuable, I just buy the whole fucking lot. I don't even mention what game I want. I just say, I'll take the whole thing. How much
Smart.
you want? And then I just grab the game I want, sell everything else, and call it a day.
And then you rock up, and the guy's like, "I got 20 messages about that Deadpool game, but I don't know."
No, this guy didn't do
I want to
that.
get rid of all of them.
The only time that it almost didn't work out for me is I drove like 2 hours to meet somebody once, and they were like mad suspicious.
Oh wow.
They were like, "Why'd you drive so far for these?" I'm like, I just want them. And they're like,
And work the other way. I went to pick up this PS2 lot, and there was Yakuza 1 or 2 in there, and I'm like, I've been after this for ages. And there was other decent games. It was a good price. And I got there, and Yakuza was gone. She's like, "Oh yeah, someone messaged me, and he came and picked that up." I'm like, but I was buying all of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
That was
"Oh,
the
I'd
game.
be so mad."
Well, what I find out about that stuff is like people will be like calling and offering more money sometimes. They kind of like backdoor, the other person. So yeah, it's pretty like competitive and crazy.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Carlos, I do want to ask you this, man. Like, do you have any future projects you might want to talk about, or right now, or that it might be coming up that you might be working on?
Grandall is probably coming. Probably. I'm trying to finish up to the end of the
Wait,
year.
you say Grand Doll?
Grandall.
Yeah, Grandall
Oh, dude,
is
that's
a
so-
game.
That's
You know about the
sick,
Grand Doll
dude.
series?
Yes, I have that on my emulator, bro. I
Yes.
went deep through the libraries, dude.
You did,
Grand
you
Doll
did,
is
man.
like a run and gun shooter, and the girl runs like 1,000 miles an hour and jumps like 50 feet in the air. I remember controls were a little weird, but it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the translation is done. We're just trying to add the subtitles on the cutscene.
Yeah, because there's animated cutscenes that you guys subtitles. So that's awesome that you're
That's a
doing
good one.
that.
That's cool.
So yeah, okay, Grandall, maybe we'll see
Yeah.
that.
Also, Panzer Bandit translation.
Nice.
And, the Little Princess. The little. What's the name? Little. What's the name? I forgot. The Little Prince.
Little Princess from Rhapsody.
PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph Little Prince for PS1. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, Metal Gunslinger that Reggie already has the game.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
gonna-
Metal Gunslinger is a run and gun Game Boy game that came out early, and a lot of people. It's very expensive in Japan, but Carlos finished the English translation on it, and dude, it's pretty cool. I'm like, whoa, dude, like really on point. So.
The game is complete in English. Even the graphics, it's in English too, because everything
Yeah.
was in Japanese.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream of that game and another one, which is Tales of Rebirth. I'm gonna do them kind of like back to back, like within the same week.
Right.
So yeah, definitely people.
Oh, of course. Remember Resident Evil Survivor, third person too.
Yes, I did. I played Resident Evil Survivor from him because Resident Evil Survivor in first person. Obviously, we know how it is, but they put it in third person, so you play the whole game in third person. And I played it on live stream, and everybody loved it. Dude, like whoa! So very cool.
A cool one. That's
I beat the game on the stream. I beat the game, which is
great. I was very impressed. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So very fun. So cool projects coming up, man. I'm happy and everything. So we're hitting the 2-hour mark here, but I do want to let everybody know where to find you at. You know, like of course you have your website page that people can pre-order stuff from. But people who are watching, follow him on Instagram. That's where you can find out all the information at. You know, he posts stuff daily. So a lot of projects daily. So if you have any questions, hit him up on Instagram. We'll have that link in the description of this video.
Yeah, you can reach me on YouTube too, Project Retro Games. I'm gonna come up with some YouTube videos. I think my first YouTube video is gonna be about the games that I love to play and what put me into games. That's gonna be my first video, and my second video is gonna be about our Torg convention. That was the time I met you and Metal Jesus.
Yeah.
And then the other video is gonna be something that I'm putting together, something very funny. I think it's gonna come out very great.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, I guess Joe, how do we close this one out? Will we close out with a Project Retro's intro or just a regular?
I took it off. I don't have it again.
Okay.
I do have the link to the website in the description already. We can add the links to the other things.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
And then, yeah, man, I just want to say thanks a lot for coming on. This is a lot of fun.
I
love the work that you do. Looking forward to the stuff that you got coming out as well.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And I feel like there's a lot of people here who probably are going to lose money from having this episode. So, yeah.
They'll be happy, though. Money well spent.
I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to play games that they wanted to play when they were kids that they couldn't play that they can play today. That's the real joy.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then I just want to say thank everybody for watching. Appreciate the super chat that we got as well. Hope you guys had a great day. As always, like, share, and subscribe to everybody. And everybody do a big like fest, share fest, subscribe fest, whatever. And yeah, we have another episode coming up on Thursday. It's going to be Jay from Square Pegs. It's the next episode. So that should be really awesome. And yeah, that's it. Hope everybody has a great night.
Guys.
Later, everybody.
You found the